This is Tamiya Robles. I am a credit repair specialist, credit repair expert. I'm the owner of FixMyCreditNow850.com, and I'm also the host of the podcast Coast to Coast Credit. Here we talk anything and everything credit, whether it's directly or indirectly, whether it is personal credit or business credit. This is the spot where we talk about it, where I discuss things with you, interview people, all that good stuff. But right now, I'm going to go over bankruptcies. So this might mostly be for people that are DIYers or who are considering trying to remove a bankruptcy on their own, or just if you just want to be educated on the process. I've done videos on this before. It was pretty detailed, but this is going to be more thorough. This one's going to be like I'm literally right there with you. So the first thing you want to do when you are considering disputing your bankruptcy, you actually want to take a look at your credit report. You want to see how it's reporting. So, what I recommend that you do, sign up for a credit monitoring service. I am personally partnered with Smart Credit. So, I have a link in the description below, but here is my special offer. It's $1 for 7 days. If you just want to take a look at your credit report real fast, definitely click on the link. But right here, you'll see that this is a legitimate. I prefer this one. I've been with them since I started, so I'm just kind of accustomed to it. But first and first, mostly you want to take a look at your credit report. The reason why you want to take a look at your credit report with a reputable company is because a lot of times the information isn't reporting correctly and it's not reporting on all three credit bureaus. That is extremely important. So I'm actually going to take a look at another screen and I'm going to show you what an actual credit report looks like. With Smart Credit, I have a client who uses Smart Credit, but she has bankruptcies and it's not showing on all three credit reports or three credit bureaus because they don't have to. I know a lot of you guys are saying, well, I already know what's on my credit report. I know obviously I have a bankruptcy on my credit report. Duh. I don't need to see it and confirm. You really do. You want to make that honestly your first priority. The reason why is because if I haven't explained this to you guys before, or if this is your first time hearing me, I am what you call a factual disputer. So what I do is I dispute any inaccuracies that are on a credit report and I challenge it based off of how it's supposed to report under the FCRA. So I don't care about a backstory. I care about, is the information reporting correctly? Should it even be on there? Most cases, bankruptcies are not even supposed to be on a credit report. I personally say all cases, but you want to lay eyes on your credit report. You want to take a look at it and check for any negativities, any inaccuracies, any violations under the FCRA. And in this case, with this particular client, she has a bunch of them. So we're going to get into that, but I did want you to see this bankruptcy. It's a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. It's on 2 out of the 3 credit bureaus. Now, if she were to go over to, let's say, Credit Karma. Again, if you've been following me, you know how I feel about Credit Karma. They're horrible. They give you false information for a reason, but I do utilize certain tools. For example, I don't pay attention to the credit score, but what I do is I look at the information that it's on there. So some of the information is accurate if you're looking for just the basic information. So I'm going to show you her Credit Karma so we can compare it. So here's her Credit Karma. She actually has very good credit, but she has bankruptcy. So this is her TransUnion report. You can see that here. I can go all the way up without showing her name. Yeah. So this is her TransUnion, and then there's Equifax. And I'm going to show you the difference here. If she didn't sign up with a reputable credit monitoring company like Smart Credit, then she would only see, number one, these 2 credit bureaus. She would see TransUnion and Equifax. What she needs to see is all 3. Credit Karma, because they only show the 2, we're going to work with the 2. So we're going to go scroll down and see derogatory marks, and we see that there's one. It says that you have a collection. I'm sorry, she doesn't have a collection. She has a public record. The public record, if she clicks on it, it's going to show a bankruptcy. Now, when you take a look at her Equifax, you will see that she has no derogatory remarks. So let's click on that. When you click on it, it says nothing. So it's not showing anything with Equifax, which is fine, because if you look at her full credit report, it's not on there. But it is also Credit Karma does not show the Experian report. So again, this is why you want to have a reputable credit monitoring company looking at your credit report to see your credit report. Once you have done that, once you have signed up with Smart Credit, and once you are looking at your credit report and you see the bankruptcies and you see how it's reporting, you then want to go over and sign up with PACER. What is PACER? PACER is short for Public Access Court Electronic Record. This is where you will find public legal information. So I'm not going to put her information up so you can see it, but if you do look at the past videos, I did do basically a walkthrough with how to use Pacer and what it looks like, and I blurred everybody's information out. If you have a bankruptcy, sign up with Pacer. It's free. You log in, and then you will be able to see your bankruptcy as a whole, how it's supposed to be reporting, how the wording is supposed to be written out, the dates, the account numbers, everything. However you see it on Pacer is exactly how it's supposed to be on your credit report. We're going to go back to her Smart Credit. 99% of the time, bankruptcies are reporting wrong on your credit report. Everything has to be reporting 100% accurately across the board under the FCRA. Everything has to match, and it has to be correctly spelled. Bankruptcy has to be spelled correctly. Chapter 7 has to be written out completely. There shouldn't be any abbreviations. These dates have to be 100% accurate, so on and so forth. If I see that it's not anywhere, then I point that out when I dispute it. After you have signed up with Smart Credit, after you have looked at your Pacer and seen how your bankruptcy is actually supposed to report, then you want to look for the inaccurate information. So we are going to literally go through that. We're going to go through each and every line, and it may sound petty. It may seem like really minor to you. You don't want to ignore it. So let's go over this one real quick. So the type of bankruptcy, it's supposed to say what chapter it is. They did that right. And the status. This is important. The status of the bankruptcy has to be on there. So it's discharged. And the side note, the reason why this is important is because let's say, for example, she applies for credit. The lender wants to check her credit report and they want to know what her status is on her bankruptcy. If this status isn't up to date, or if there's any sort of confusion whatsoever, she can immediately be denied. Now, if she were to try to purchase a home, for example, you can purchase a home with a bankruptcy as long as it's been discharged over 2 years. If it's not clear, you're going to be denied. So there shouldn't be any question, any shadow of a doubt when you're looking at bankruptcy reporting or anything on your credit report. But right now we're just talking about bankruptcy, so there shouldn't be a shadow of a doubt. No confusion. Now, the date she filed. So TransUnion is reporting July 17th, 2018, and so is Experian. Cool. But look at the reference number. TransUnion has all numbers. Experian has numbers and letters. That's completely unacceptable. Please don't overlook this when you're disputing it. Whatever you do, don't say, I'm sure it's there for a reason. I don't work for the court system, blah, blah, blah. Challenge that because it's here and it shouldn't be here. Again, under the FCRA, the information has to be 100% accurate. One line says shows numbers and another shows numbers and letters. That's wrong. Now, closing date. A closing date is mad important, It's like so important because again, if a lender is going to look at your credit report and they're considering giving you a loan, they need to know what the accurate status of your bankruptcy is. So if it's open, they need to know. If it's not discharged, they need to know. If it's dismissed, they need to know. But they also know, like, if this is discharged, when was it closed? Because you know that you have 7 or 10 years, depending on your bankruptcy, before this quote unquote falls off. I say quote unquote falls off because I've seen plenty of credit reports where the bankruptcy did not fall off. And I keep telling y'all, stop relying on that. The amount, $0, $0. Cool. Now take a look at the court. The name of the court, U.S. Bankruptcy Court. Believe it or not, that's actually unacceptable. This doesn't specify anything except that it's bankruptcy court, but where was it? It's supposed to say a name. It's supposed to say the city and the state. This just says U.S. Bankruptcy Court. What state? Florida, California, New York? Why am I guessing here? I shouldn't be guessing. And then here, when you look at here, it says US, and then bankruptcy is abbreviated. CT is abbreviated court. I'm assuming that's court because it could be Connecticut. I don't know. But I know, but I don't know. You understand? Like it should be an easy read. GA, I don't know what GA stands for. And then Noonan, I don't know what Noonan stands for. I don't know if that is that somebody's name. I don't know. I don't know for sure. And your credit report, like I stated, should be an easy read. So far on this credit report, we can see all the negatives here. We see a lot of them. Again, don't overlook it. Don't say, oh, they put bankruptcy court. Yeah, but you got to put more, and it has to match with what's on Pacer. And if it's not, then that's a problem. That's a big problem. Once you have located all the negative information that is reporting under your bankruptcy, you then want to file a dispute. Now, if you want me to show you how to actually do dispute letters for your bankruptcy report, check out the next video and I'll break it down.